This is episode number 11. And this is also a biblical briefing from the biblical unadulterated scriptures. This is a very important one also. And this is these teachings pertain to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, from verse 4 to verse 28. So, the prophet Ezekiel saw a shuttlecraft descending close to him. That's in Ezekiel 1, verse 4 to 28. And one of the crew, or the navigator wearing a helmet engraved with 4 faces on it, spoke to Ezekiel. The loud sound that came from above the bowl over the crew heads, meaning the cockpit, was the loud sound a cockpit canopy makes when it is decompressed before it opens. An aircraft navigator, a pilot, wears a flight helmet exposing his face when his oxygen mask is removed to the side. Ezekiel saw 3 faces engraved on their flight helmets: eagle, ox, and lion. The 4th face was the face of one of the crew, or maybe the face of the navigator of the craft. Ezekiel witnessed something he had never seen before. The conclusion is that Ezekiel did not comprehend what he saw. Ezekiel described what he saw the best way he possibly could. Ezekiel was not familiar, nor had he ever seen that type of technological aircraft or aerodynamics. Angels do not need a craft to navigate a course, nor do angels need a jet suit rocket belt. However, that being said, the Greek word angelos, like I said before, in the English language translates to messengers, emissaries, or envoys. And the vulgar English transliteration in common English means the same thing: messengers, emissaries, envoys. One who delivers a message. I make this simple and concrete statement because angels do not need a craft to navigate a course. So who or what spoke to Ezekiel? In Ezekiel, also, chapter 1, from verse 4 to verse 28, before the crew navigator wearing a helmet engraved with 3 faces spoke to Ezekiel, the scripture says, "Then there was another loud sound that came from above the bowl over their heads." That is the navigator's top bowl cockpit. It was blue like sapphire. That's the navigator's canopy. There was also something that looked like a man sitting on the throne. That was the navigator's and the navigator's seat. I looked at him from his waist up. He looked like a hot metal with fire all around him. I looked at him from his waist down. It looked like fire with a glow that was shining all around him. That is the jet suit rocket belt. The light shining around him was like a rainbow in a cloud. Light shining around a crew member was like a rainbow in a cloud. That was the afterburner flame and the smoke that comes from the afterburner when it touches ground while landing. Those were the jets of gas or liquid combustion. Now, this is very, very critical and very controversial. The biblical scriptures declare that the one that spoke from that craft to Ezekiel was a watcher. And that is something to think about next time you read the Bible.